Welcome to Mind Before Muscle. Today is a personal reflection on loss, fatherhood and survival. I want to start this episode by saying something very simple. If you are carrying pain you don't have words for, you are not weak, you are human. This episode isn't about facts or figures. It's not about diagnosis. It's not about telling you how you should or shouldn't feel. It's about emotional trauma, what it actually feels like from a man's perspective. Because men don't usually fall apart when trauma hits. We tighten up. We go quiet. We keep going even when we are breaking. For men, trauma didn't arrive all at once. It comes in layers. The loss of my mum, the separation from my children, being dragged through family court, these all affected me deeply. Trying to exist alongside a narcissistic ex-partner at the time wasn't healthy. And each one of those changed me and challenged me. But together, they shaped and reshaped who I am today. And if any of that already sounds familiar, this episode is for you. Now, we touched there on my mum passing away. Losing my mum didn't look how people expect grief to look. There was no collapse. There was no dramatic moment. It just felt unreal. Like the world carried on without asking my permission. One moment she was there, the next she wasn't. And what no one really prepares men for is how quiet that loss becomes. At first, people check in, but then lives simply move on. But grief doesn't. For me, it settled into my body, into my mind. It showed up as exhaustion, as irritability, even as anxiety that didn't seem to have a cause. I'd forgotten what I was saying mid-sentence. My memory wasn't what it was. I'd feel on the edge for no reason. And as a man, I didn't feel like I had permission to fall apart. So I did what a lot of men do. I stayed busy. I pushed it down, deep, deep down. I told myself I was coping. But the grief didn't disappear. I ignored it. But it waits. And when it waits, it wears you down. Now, I want to touch briefly on how that loss stacks up. Here's something men don't talk about enough. Trauma stacks. Once loss weakens the foundation, the next one hits deeper and harder. So after losing my mum, I was already vulnerable, whether I admitted it or not. Then my relationship broke down. And with that came separation from my children, from everything that I had come to know, that I'd built. That pain was different. Because your children are still alive. They're not gone like my mum. They're still growing. They're still breathing. But they're not with you. that's a whole different level of loss.